This is a video where we talk about the PEST of the Safavid Empire. What is PEST, you ask? Well, PEST, P-E-S-T, stands for Political, Economic, Social, and Technological Significances of the Empires. In this case, the Safavids. Now, let's get started on what they're all about. To begin, we have political. The Safavid Empire was a theocracy with an absolute monarchy. A theocracy can be simplified to a government system where the government and religion, in this case Islam, are intertwined. This is also an absolute monarchy because since the Safavids were Shia Muslim, you had to be a descendant of Muhammad to lead the group, therefore having to carry royal blood in a sense. Because the Ottomans were Sunni, however, this caused conflict between both of the empires as they competed for legitimacy. Moving on, there's only one really important war during the reign of the Safavid Empire, which was the Battle of Chaldiran. The war started in 1514 CE when Selim, the king of the Ottoman Empire at the time, decided to invade the Safavid Empire, winning the battle. Because Ismail depended on Allah during the war and became arrogant, he fell into a depression from the loss, coping by drinking wine until he died. Next, we have economics. Iran's position between civilizations of Europe on its west and India and Islamic Central Asia to its east and north allowed the empire to grow. The Silk Roads, reviving in the 16th century, played a big part as it passed through Iran and India. Not only that, but the Safavid Empire promoted direct trade with Europe, which saw Iranian carpets, silk, and textiles. Other exports would be horses, goat hair, and pearls, to name a few. Abbas, one of the significant leaders at the time, would make use of Armenian merchants to market silk from the province of Gilan. To increase household revenues and take advantage of the European East India companies, in 1619 he would establish a monopoly over the sale and export of silk. Moving on to the social aspect, like other civilizations, the Safavids had a hierarchical system. The Shah, ruler, was the apex or at the top of the hierarchical system. The aristocrats and nobles were in the upper area, common civilians and merchants were in the middle, and lastly, the peasants were at the bottom. In the Safavid Empire, the warriors were commonly referred to as the Turkish Kizilbash, and the members of the government were commonly referred to as the Persian Tajik. Last but not least, the technological side of things. As the Safavids were commonly associated with warfare and were known as the Gunpowder Empire, they relied heavily on gunpowder for their weapons such as cannons and guns. They heavily used horses to relay messages and to trade with other kingdoms. Unfortunately, they didn't have too much of a significance on this side of things, so there is not a lot to be said about the Safavids here. And that will be the finish of our PEST about the Safavids. Hope you enjoyed our video, and happy note-taking!